Okay, so today's date is it's the 21st of May 2026. We need to get one of the billionaires in Australia. Australia has a few billionaires, and what needs to happen is this. What needs to happen is this. Is that if you're on job search, and if you're on job search for more than 3 years, you automatically get put onto the DSP because many people do have mental health issues and physical issues, physical ailments and disabilities. And I think the majority of job seekers, at least half of job seekers in this country, should be on DSP. Now, my partner is on DSP and I'm her carer. And to me, the carer, I might as well be on DSP. I might as well be on it. It's the equivalent of the DSP for me. And it's, I tell you what, if my partner had not got the DSP when she did, and I hadn't got carer's payment, I think we might have been deceased by now, because job search we just absolutely were not making ends meet on job search. Absolutely were not making ends meet. And at the moment, just getting by, starting to save a bit. So what the job search needs to be increased. Job search needs to be increased by, you need to get people on job search need to be getting $1,000 a week, so $2,000 a fortnight. Anyone on DSP should be getting $1,500 a week, or say $1,500 a week and $3,000 a fortnight. Also, $10,000, a bonus of $10,000 per year, plus $10,000. The government should put $10,000 in an incentive savings account in a bank, which collects interest, plus a $10,000, another $10,000, so that anyone on the DSP or on job search can travel. And all the utility, if you're on job search or the DSP and the carer, all utility bills are paid for and taken care of, and also get given a special concession card. So at the supermarket, you scan the card and you get 50% off your groceries. Also, what the government needs to do is anyone who's on job search and DSP or carer is 50% off your fuel, or free fuel at the service station, free fuel. So you don't pay your utility bills, and you get 50% off all groceries. Although there is the food, what is it called? You've got the places in Sydney. One of them is at Camberdown, where food is greatly reduced, and a lot of job search recipients, a lot of people who are on DSP go there, and food is greatly reduced in price, usually about half price. Not everyone is meant to work, and so people who are on job search should be getting they should be really getting about $1,500 a fortnight to $2,000 a fortnight, and the people who are on DSP should be getting, say, $3,000 a fortnight, maybe $3,500 a fortnight, and carers the same amount. And then a $10,000 incentive bonus to travel, $10,000 in a long-term deposit for the bank, and $10,000 bonus, or actually no, what about $40,000 bonus per year? And I tell you what, this country would prosper. And the billionaires of this country, but there's a few billionaires who run this country, there's a few billionaires in this country, and I tell you what, the job search needs to be raised. And also, look, I'm in a very fortunate position at the moment where I don't have to do 12 jobs a month. Oh my goodness, that was a nightmare. I remember that. I had to do 12. As a carer, I don't have to look for work, because I actually have a full-time job. Life is a full-time job. And it's great mental reprieve to be a carer. What I was going to say was that yeah, just doing the 12 jobs a month, I just used to make things up. I was going on I used to make toward the end, I was making things up. Best thing I did was apply for carer's pension. So I'm on the care. It's equivalent of the DSP for me, because really I should be on the DSP. I've got a very bad back. Anxiety and depression. Can't be anywhere near the mainstream workforce. I can't be anywhere near the mainstream workforce, and my main thing for being able to get the DSP, which I'm pretty much on, is anxiety and physical ailments. I have a very bad back. I've had it for years, and I get tired very easily. I used to have all these things written down, but since being on the carer's payment, geez, I really haven't had to think about those things much at all. My partner, she she's as I said, she's on the DSP. Best thing that happened for her. You don't have to do. No one on job search should have to do any bloody requirements. No requirements. New start, which is what it should have. New start. Anyway. Okay. That's what I wanted to say. That would be the new system. People get a big raise on their job search and a big raise on DSP. And if you go overseas, you want to live there for a while, the Australian government should pay for it. If you're on DSP, they just pay for it. Which actually is a thing that you can do. The government don't want you to know about, but it is a thing where people can travel overseas to live and the DSP doesn't stop. I found out about this. A DSP and carer's payment does not stop. You can actually travel overseas for an extended period. Okay. Whew. This property is it's a big property. No fucking noisy neighbours, no nuisance neighbours. My goodness, where we live in Sydney, is geez. Okay, it's a bit cold out here. We're at Blackheath. We're housing at Blackheath at the moment, away from our miserable unit in Sydney. And the best thing about that, our neighbours, our immediate neighbours, have no idea that we're here because we don't tell them anything anymore. The other tenants in our section, they're good people. They're good people, but we don't tell them anything personal anymore. They have no idea we're here because there's a certain person who lives in a unit complex who she kind of runs the joint, and she has no idea that we're here at the moment. And I cleared everything off the balcony to make it look like we've left. Anyway, we're at Blackheath house sitting on this big property. Now, in regard, and also, when we do house sitting, our electricity bill goes all the way down. The last time we did house sitting for a while, ended up with a $20 electricity bill. And as I said, we're house sitting, my partner and myself, we're house sitting at the moment. And the best thing about that is that our electricity bill will go down, and also the fellow tenants in our unit complex, as I said, have no idea that we're here. Because when I see them, I might talk about them. I say, oh, it's sunny today, or it's raining. I talk about, might talk briefly for a minute. I don't tell them anything about what we're doing or anything like that. I haven't done for some time now. They have no idea we do house sitting, and it probably takes them a week to figure out we're not there. Although, as I took everything off the front balcony, and I got rid of most of that. And then on the balcony that extends to the bedroom, I put some of the pot plants out there, but I lowered them all the way, so that Christine will think we've left. Now, I Oh, this is my privacy, by the way. This is where we are here, Blackheath. And the next bill, because we're house sitting, and we're getting another gig after this. Eventually getting out of where we are, getting out of the unit complex where we are. We're gonna get out of there, tired of fucking paying rent, ridiculous amount of rent for the circumstance we're in there. For people who are on the DSP and the carers payment, when you go to the locals, when you go to Aldi or Woolworths, I never shop at Coles. If you go to Aldi or Woolworths, you have a card. And when you scan the card, it gives you 50% off your groceries. 50% off your groceries. And also, when you're getting fuel, it gives you either free fuel or you get 50% off your fuel. And that would be a much better way to do things. Oh, and all of your utilities bills. Get a utility bill free, paid for by the government. And that's how things should work when you're on Job Search New Start. Well, it used to be New Start. I prefer it to be New Start. The name, that's how it should be on. People on New Start should be getting $1,500 a fortnight. And all the utility bills paid for, petrol paid for, and while you're overseas, your payments don't stop. Because your payments, if you're on Job Search and you go overseas, your payments stop. If you're on DSP or you're a carer, I'm a carer. Oh, and by the way, being a carer is the equivalent of the DSP for me. It's actually the equivalent of the DSP for me. In fact, I should be, well, I technically am on the DSP now. The carer's payment I get, it's my DSP equivalent. And because I have physical ailments, I have a very bad back, I have anxiety, I get tired very easily. I think that I also have OCD, which is sort of under control these days, but I have chronic fatigue syndrome undiagnosed, but I know I have it. Not everyone is meant to be a part of the mainstream workforce. Oh, gosh. We weren't getting by on Job Search, New Start. Weren't making ends meet. Making ends meet better now. Life is better. It's better. Rent is fucking ridiculous. The amount of rent we're paying where we are is ridiculous. We've got to get onto housing emissions soon. But house sitting is a wonderful option. We've been doing house sitting for a very long time. It's a matter of getting the gigs. But paying $5.80 a week rent in a 2-bedroom unit, bloody ridiculous. Absolutely bloody ridiculous. Paying that in Sydney. Absolutely bloody ridiculous. And we started off when we first got there. When we first got there, we were paying $4.10 a week, and then when it went up to $4.25 a year later, and I was furious about that. Now it's $5.80. Ridiculous, absolutely bloody ridiculous on every level. And yes, we are going to get out of there soon. Intending to we're getting rid of a lot of our stuff and then putting the remainder in storage and then doing house sitting. Our real estate agent are incompetent. They're incompetent. But in regard of I'm grateful for DSP and being a carer and for that payment. It's a lot more. It's so much more than you get on Job Search. So much more. But it could be more. It could be more. Rent is ridiculous though. Okay. Alright. Okay.